started looking online, found them, noticed the Amber Alert, called 911. And then that female reporting party also talked to him, and she says the stories just don't match.
Where they and the girl, how do they know each other?
I can't answer that question. I know they met online. But from there, because we're not running an investigation. We're not. We have turned everything over. Once again, Homeland Security's running the investigation. We just simply were at the right place at the right time. Sergeant David Coombs and his staff and his deputies figured it out. But we're not running an investigation.
I have a couple questions. First, do you know what Mr. Day and the team were doing at Love's Truck Stop? Were they doing laundry?
I couldn't tell you that. I just assumed the trucker needed to pull into Love's for maybe gas or God knows what. I'm just speculating on why they were there.
So it was the driver that they were hitchhiking with that made the decision to stop at the...
I can't answer that question. I have no clue.
Do you know if the girl cut her hair shorter?
I have no idea if that's true or not.
And then, how would you describe how Mr. Day was taken into custody? Was he resistant at all?
No, not that I know of.
Thank you.
So yesterday from Wisconsin TV that yesterday might have been the girl's birthday. Is that being know that or not?
That is correct. She turned 17 years old yesterday.
And
And typically we don't release juveniles' names, but it's already in the press, so there's no harm for me to tell you her name.
how are she in the pregnancy? How's she the baby doing?
I have no answer to that because I don't know. So yes, we did take Sophia. We took her down to our juvenile justice center. She has no charges on her, but parents were contacted, and as far as I know, the parents are coming to Nebraska to reunite with their daughter.
So she's not free to leave on her own, correct?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Is she?
Yeah. Yeah, we have no charges on her.
Okay.
Did you say the Juvenile Justice Center? Do you mean the one in Douglas County?
No, the one in Sarpy County.
Okay.
Was there any significance to her being found on her birthday, or is that just coincidence?
That's just coincidence.
What can you say about, we have a 40-year-old male and a 17-year-old. Police in Wisconsin have talked about they had a previous relationship. The family of the teen told us that this teen may have been coerced to meet with this man. What can you tell families about looking out for their children?
I think the main goal is just to be aware of what your kids are doing, especially online, because that's how they met each other. You know, if your juvenile son or daughter feels like they're under the control of someone else, it's time to say something and time to call the authorities. There's also other warning signs. The big one yesterday or last night was the age difference, but there's also other ones. You know, simply does a young girl feel like she's being controlled by someone else? That's a big warning sign. Her hygiene. Is she malnutrition?
Do you know when
Let me get back to that. So anyway, so there's other warning signs. You know, does it look like she's eating? Malnutritious sometimes plays. Does the young female seem like she's desperate to get out of a situation? And the big turning point last night was their inconsistent stories. Even the female reporting party said it just doesn't seem right on what they're doing together. And it was very inconsistent, and that's why she called 911.
Is there a difference between, age 16 and 17, since it's so close, just basically in the legality and the Amber Alert system, or was that not hit another benchmark?
I can't answer that. I don't know off the top of my head.
And the two truck drivers, the one that they hitchhiked with and the one that called it in, they didn't have any contact or?
No, they had no idea who each other were. It's just coincidence they ran into each other.
I know you're not running an investigation, but do you know when they met online, day or girl?
I don't have the answer to that.
And obviously, other than Warren's out of Arkansas, is there a connection? Is there a further connection between
Well, at one time, he was in federal, or at one time, Day was in prison down in Arkansas. And I have not run his background, so I don't know anything more than that about him. Any other questions?
It's funny if you were just talking to the public, if you see something, say something, is this an Amber Alert that was done right, and this is what you'd encourage other people to do?
Yeah, and the Amber Alert was issued 2 months ago. It was February 3rd up in Beaver Dam PD, so that's a long time for an Amber Alert to be active. It's taken 2 months to find her. But it's the adage, if something doesn't seem right, pick up the phone and call 911. I mean, that's what we get paid to do. We provide service and we get paid to answer those type of calls. Sometimes it has a lot to do about nothing, but in this situation, this is a textbook example of someone making a 911 call because they didn't think something was right. We responded, and sure enough, he's got several warrants out of several states.
I have a dumb question. Do you know if the Amber Alert was issued immediately after she was declared missing, or did it?
I don't have the answer to that. I just have the date of the Amber Alert.
The husband and wife, are they local residents or were they traveling through the area?
I don't know. I just assumed since they were at Love's that they're over the road truck. Well, I know they're over the road truck drivers, so I highly doubt that they're from the Omaha metro area. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
David, good job. Dennis, thank you. Did I get everything right? Close enough? Anything you want to add?
To answer your question about the baby, we did take her to Midlands Hospital to be medically cleared, and hospital staff said she and the baby are on point.